A group is classified as two or more people and can be formal or informal. Formal is structured by the organization the group is in, and informal is not. Groups tie into social identity. People create aspects of their identity according to their group membership, such as being a fan of a football team or playing an instrument in a band. In-group means the people within your group. We tend to see people within our group as better than other people in some way. Out-group means anyone other than the in-group, but is often another defined group. There are 6 main properties of groups, and the first one is roles. Roles are the expected behaviors of people in each position of a group. Role perception is how you think a certain role should act. Role expectation is what others expect from someone in a certain role. Role conflict is when two role requirements contradict. An inter-role conflict is when role requirements from different group memberships conflict with each other.
Another property of groups are norms. Norms are acceptable standards or behavior shared by group members. Conformity is when individuals adjust their behavior to align with the norms of the group. A reference group is a group that an individual views as important, and membership in that group is seen as a priority, meaning they are most likely to conform to that group's norms in hopes of belonging. Positive norms tend to increase group output, while negative norms, such as deviant workplace behavior, tend to decrease group output. The third property of groups is status. Status is a social position or rank given to groups or members by others. Status comes from the power a person holds over others, a person's ability to contribute to group goals, individuals' personal characteristics. Higher status people are more willing to break norms. For example, a very valuable player on a sports team is more likely to skip practice without fear of losing playing time. Higher status members tend to be more assertive. Large inequalities in status can be damaging to the group. In groups and outgroups, measure the status of each other.
The fourth property of groups is size. Groups come in all sizes. The different size groups are more efficient for different tasks. When trying to come up with ideas, bigger groups are better because they include more ideas and more viewpoints. Task productivity can sometimes require fewer group members, trying to avoid too many cooks in the kitchen. Social loafing is the phenomenon where people tend to expend less effort than working in a group than they would on their own. Social loafing can be damaging to group productivity or create inequities in group responsibility. The fifth property of groups is cohesiveness. Cohesiveness has to do with how well group members fit and work well together. The more attracted to each other group members are, the more motivated they will be to stay in a group. If a group's norms for quality and output are high, then having cohesive group members will further increase that group's productivity. To encourage group cohesiveness, make groups smaller, encourage agreement on group goals, increase time members spend together, increase group status, stimulate competition for other groups, give rewards to the groups instead of individual members, and isolate group members.
The sixth property of groups is diversity. Diversity is the extent to which members of the group are similar to or different from one another. Diversity can increase groups' conflict, but this helps when the whole group is focused on a collective goal. Surface level diversity is observable characteristics like race, gender, and nationality. Deep level diversity is underlying attitudes, values, and opinions. Surface level diversity can be subsequently cue groups members to be more open minded in their views. Fault lines are perceived divisions that split people into subgroups based on differences and can be a potential negative effect to the group's diversity. Fault lines can often be very detrimental to the group's work. However, if they are based on skills and an enterprise, they can serve to better organize the group to produce results. Diversity in groups allow multiple unique perspectives and can increase creativity over time.